What's up, my people? Devin O'Bannon here with Black Irish Entertainment. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to Music Talk, where I chop it up with music creators and music lovers about, you guessed it, music. So hit that subscribe button, hit like on this video, and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop the next one. All right, let's get into it. What's up, my people? Devin O'Bannon here with Black Irish Entertainment. Welcome to the third episode of Music Talk. I have an incredible person with me here today. Someone I just met maybe 4 weeks ago, but awesome guy, super genuine person, incredible musician, songwriter. He just landed his first publishing contract, so congratulations to that. And he's just a real guy, We chopped it up a couple of days ago, and I just got to know who he was a little bit, and saw that it'd be a great conversation to have with him here on Music Talk. So, my guy, Seymour, what's going on, family? How are you?
Hey, what's happening, Devin?
Oh man, I'm good. Thanks for taking the time to hop on here with me and chop it up with me, man. Yeah, so.
Oh, for sure, it's my pleasure.
Yeah. We could just jump into it. Tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do, man. I told them kind of what I know a little bit about of you, but I know we're gonna learn a lot about who you are today. So tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm currently a musician and a guitar player primarily.
Yeah.
I've been playing guitar for like over 30 years, and I've recently, in the past about 6 years, gotten into producing and recording my own music, and I found I also started singing in the past 6 years. I kind of had like a musical explosion.
Yeah.
After a long time of sort of having music on a side note or having a day job, and my music was sort of over here. And yeah, so now I'm really dedicated and just motivated and focused about making music or teaching music. I'm also a guitar teacher, and that's fun.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm really excited at this stage in my life to be
awesome.
Focused. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And yeah, you told me you were a guitar teacher. Tell me a little bit more about that. Tell me what's the day-to-day life of being a guitar teacher, man?
It's awesome. It's really fun for me. My day job for a long time was manual work. I was a tree cutter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did like 3 or more decades of running chainsaw, climbing trees, and in dangerous places.
Right.
So teaching people music is just
a
real change. It's a great change for me.
That's good, man.
Exactly.
That's good. How long did you do the tree cutting? How long did you do that?
I did tree cutting when I was about 12 years old. It was a family business that
okay.
I got into with my father, and I did that till I was 43. So that's about I did that for about 30 years.
Wow. That's incredible, man. Incredible. Well, I'm glad you're more in the music side now. It's safer.
I have 10 fingers.
Right.
And I gotta keep them, None of my work.
I see from time to time, especially when I'm out in LA, I see the guys climbing the trees and cutting the branches off, but the trees are like, what, 15, 16 feet tall?
Oh yeah, they get.
I'm just like, what?
It's crazy. In Oregon, they get 150 feet tall.
I can imagine, man.
And I've did a little work here like about a year ago, but I've been out of it since I got my new job teaching.
Nice. Well, that's good, man. That's good. So, and so how long have you been at the guitar teacher as a guitar teacher? I'm sorry.
I've been doing that for 6 months. 6 months. Yes, I have like 50 students. Nice. And I teach guitar and ukulele. And I'm actually going to be the guitar head. They sell me. I'm getting a promotion already.
Let's go.
I'm the guitar head of guitar guy, and they'll be coming to me. And it's just been really fun. I love finding students, whatever age, and saying, what music do you dream to play? Because when I was younger, I dreamed about, when I heard music, it just caught me. And that when you ask a person that question, they're really well, I'd like to play Olivia Rodrigo. And it's like, boom, all right,
Right. Let's
that's the
focus on
song we're
yeah.
gonna focus on. And
That's
it's
awesome.
just fun. Yeah, it's
That's
really fun.
awesome. So as a guitarist, who are your influences, man? Like who do you fall into
Yeah.
playing often?
When I originally started, I started about like 14 years old. I
Okay.
was into the blues. I
Mm,
was into B.B. King.
yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan was someone I looked up to. I guess I had some older guys around me that
Yeah.
when he died were really sad, and I hadn't known about him.
Yeah.
And I was like curious. And when I looked at Stevie and how he played, he was into, Hendrix, Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix,
Jimi Hendrix.
especially. But he also gave a lot of credit to all these old blues guys
Yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
Muddy Waters, all of them, Chuck Berry,
Yeah.
Lightning Hopkins. But that was sort of where I originated with my musical guitar stuff.
Got it. That's incredible,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah, I loved
incredible.
it.
Well,
I was into a lot of classic rock stuff too, like Led Zeppelin
yeah,
and
yeah.
Bob Marley, and those are probably my top
Fire,
people.
fire. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Well, for the people that are listening, and subscribers, since we're here, subscribe, hit like on the video. Shout out to my guy Seymour. But we're gonna be working together quite a bit. We're gonna be
Oh,
working together quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to working with him and getting guitar and live guitar, all kind of stuff on the music that we create. So look out for
oh,
that. That's gonna be incredible.
absolutely.
That's gonna be incredible. So, question for you. How did you get where you are today? Like, what was the journey of becoming Seymour 2024?
Well, this is my journey has been um, I don't know what I want to say difficult. It's been, I guess, no more difficult than anyone else's,
Yeah.
but I
And just be
feel
honest and
very,
transparent. It's a safe space, man. Safe space.
yeah, I started out as a young person using alcohol and drugs.
Mm,
And when I was 15 years old, I had already been drinking and I started using crack cocaine.
yeah.
And I wound up having um, a career that looked like this. It was going up, and all the people around me were all supportive. I
Yeah.
had like a band that I naturally, with some friends, it was really great.
Yeah.
But the music ended up being secondary to
Mm,
what became just um, a real dark period for
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That was most of my, I started at 15 and I didn't quit till I was 43.
Wow. Yeah.
So for me now, I have 6 years clean, and
It's
thank you
huge,
so
man. It's
much.
huge. I'm gonna celebrate that every time you tell me that, bro. Like every single
I
time you tell me that.
appreciate you for
That's huge.
even knowing how and saying and acknowledging. I really
Yeah,
do
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's hard to navigate life when you've destroyed it
Mm,
and get back
yeah.
to business
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
actually become the person I was that
Yeah.
I lost.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful today to be able to meet people like you,
Yeah.
to wake up and not need some chemical to
Yeah.
feel okay, to
Mm,
be creative. That was part of my problem in the beginning. All the people I looked up to, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, um, Miles Davis, Charlie Parker. And when I went to music school, um, I thought I thought the common element was that these people use drugs. And
mm,
as ridiculous as that sounds, I really somehow inside my mind believed that was what I needed
yeah.
in order to play better or somehow
Yeah.
be a great musician. And it was a lie for me.
Yeah.
It just it really destroyed a lot of my dreams. And all my friends are gone.
Wow.
All of them. They're gone. I
Wow.
had a good crew of people,
Yeah.
and we all were on that wrong path. And I'm here. There might be like two of us, and I'm here today. And I just want people who might be stuck, and because I know how hard it is. I didn't think it was possible for me,
Yeah.
but it came to a point where the universe somehow shook me out of where I was, and I had to make some big changes in my life.
Yeah.
I moved 3,000 miles from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah. Big
I,
shit.
I, I had to change, I had to turn my phone off. I had to turn my TV off. I watched movies. I haven't watched
Yeah.
news in 6 years. I
Wow.
haven't watched it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's been really, really one of the ways I think that I could find myself again because I
That's
was
good.
so empty.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
really empty at
One
the
thing that
end.
you said earlier was that you said you felt like you lost the version of who you were within, the substances and being a part of that, and you're now in a new space. One thing I want to commend you on is being able to, I wouldn't even say like find yourself, but like rebuild yourself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and I didn't know you back then. I didn't know you back then, but just in our conversations that we had before, and even the conversations now, like in my mind, you've recreated a new version of who you are. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because like the
do.
old version of you stepped into the substance abuse because of what you thought. This version of you is like rebuilt with this new knowledge, new mindset, new way of creating, new like feeling of wanting to give back. And so I commend you on that. I really, really commend you on that because
Thank you so much.
that's
I
huge. And it's
wouldn't be here talking to you if I was where I was for so long. And this is just another, for me,
I'm
a big example of why I'm doing what I'm doing on the right path.
right, right, right. I'm honored to even to have you, man. I'm honored to be able to have these
Oh,
conversations with you because I know a lot of people who use substances to create. I know people who use substances to just get through the day. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I
it's
do.
hard to see. It's hard to understand because I don't have to fight that battle. Praise,
Sure.
praise God. Like I don't have to
Absolutely.
fight that battle, but I know people that do fight that battle and I know it's hard. And especially going through the shift of getting off of those substances. You know what I'm saying? And I know we talked about it and you went through the shift of getting off of those substances and you're able to be who you are today because you made that conscious decision to do that. So I commend you.
Thank you so much. It's really true. It is such a hard thing to do. I gave up trying to quit. I had
Mm,
tried to quit so many times
yeah,
that I honestly I couldn't even say, yeah, this time you can do it. This time
right.
you can do it. And it seemed never to, I don't know, somehow it wasn't gone. I could get clean, but I would eventually somehow, and it could start with just, hey, let's have a beer.
Yeah,
And that's not really where my abuse was. But it took me a long time to realize I don't
yeah,
want your beer. I don't need a beer, but
right,
I love you. You're my friend. I
right,
don't take me disrespect. I'm going to drink a ginger ale. You can
right.
have your beer, and I'm better off for it. And
Incredible.
it just is, I want people to know
Yeah,
that they can change. They can change. And I personally would love to help anybody, even if it
yeah,
was in the form of a text. Good for
yeah,
you today.
yeah,
Try and make it
yeah,
through the day. Or
yeah.
just like telling
Encouragement,
someone,
like pouring into people, like, hey, you can do it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
you. I need people that are hurting. I
yeah.
need to support them. And
Right,
then they can support me in the same way.
right.
I just like it kills me when I see people. I'm very drawn to people on the street
Yeah.
because I think I have a lot in common with them.
Mm.
And when I see them around my community, we make little care packages up. And I used to go to the bad part of town to go find drugs. Now I
Yeah,
go there to give a basket out with some
yeah,
positive stuff and say, we love you.
yeah,
I am like you. I
yeah,
just was able to get off of this stuff
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
Well,
want
that's
to help.
awesome. That is
Thank you.
awesome, man. Your heart of gold, man. You have a heart of gold. And I mean, even pouring into people, I feel like us as creatives, we need that too to stay inspired. You know what I'm saying? Even on the
Totally.
outside of the substance, like us as creatives, we do a lot of pouring into our music and we do a lot of emotional detoxing into our music. You know what I'm saying? And so we need that refill of positive affirmation, that positive encouragement, so we can keep up keep up the creativity, keep up the inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
So much truth to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, absolutely. Uh, it's almost hand in hand. Like there are times where I don't connect with my music, and it's a dark spot for me to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And people like you have like been the huge sunshine on on a cloudy day. I mean that
Yeah.
because it's like I have along with all that substance abuse,
Yeah.
I somehow adopted a self-hatred.
Yeah.
I couldn't I guess somebody somehow I learned to be like, oh, you have to sacrifice. You have to work 12 hours. You have to like break your back and then
Yeah.
get it fixed and then go break it some
And then do it
more
again. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
keep doing it. And it's not necessary,
Nah,
It really
nah,
isn't.
it's not. I
Yeah.
mean, and especially when we do what we do because we're passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I tell my friends and fellow creators, I tell them like we can't lose the fun. When we start losing the fun, it starts to turn into work. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's work already because it's how we generate income. It's how we bring in, clientele, build our network. It's a part of work. But when we lose the fun, it's just completely work after that. You know what I'm saying?
Not a good balance.
Yeah, it's not. Like you really have to maintain that fun. So when you work, like how they say, when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. So if
Oh,
we
I love
continue
that.
loving it, if we continue having fun in what we're doing, we're able to, like you said, work 12 to 16-hour days in the studio and working with clients and all this other stuff and be tired and drained at the end of the day. But when we wake up the next morning, we're like, all right, let's get it again. You know what I'm saying?
I
Let's
loved it.
make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't feel like,
Yes.
we're breaking our back and now we got to go get it fixed and we got to come back and do it
Hmm.
again and break. Like, nah, like when we're doing something we love, when we're doing something we're having fun doing, wake up every morning excited about what the challenge is or what decisions we have to make or what conversations we're having. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what it's about. So
Totally.
I appreciate that insight because it makes sense. It makes sense. Like we need to not allow the work to overpower the passion. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, because the music will show it.
It will. It
It
really will.
will. Yep.
It really will. It really will. Okay. So I appreciate that. I appreciate your openness and honesty about your growth and who you are today. Let's tap into a little bit more of the creative side. As an artist, as a musician, producer now, how often do you create?
Um, I think I probably create on once a week, or
Once a week.
I'm not sure if I totally have a schedule. Can I be honest? I'm gonna be totally honest with
100%.
you.
100%. Yeah.
Connecting with you makes me want to recreate every day now.
Let's do
Okay.
it. Let's
So
do it.
just the fact that you're like, we could work together, and
Yeah.
and it's like, wait a second, I need to believe in myself.
Yeah.
And I really get inspired when I've made some connections
Hmm.
with another publishing company or somebody that's unfortunately I sometimes doubt all my abilities. So I am
Wow.
at that point where I'm just sort of like getting over it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I feel I feel like I'm ready to dive back into it after I kind of like started and then maybe gave up on sync possibilities
Yeah.
and all this recent stuff that's happened within just the last month or two. I feel more secure about like I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can make this music, and I so enjoy it, you know.
Well, we're gonna make it happen. Trust me. We are gonna make it happen. And for me, like, so I made a transition to Bermuda about a year ago. I moved to Bermuda from LA. When I was in LA, every day had to count. Like I was literally in the studio creating every single day. Since I've been here, I've had to like adjust and kind of like push myself to make sure that I'm creating every day. You know what I'm saying? Like either in here working on compositions for film and sync stuff, or just producing for artists that I know that are looking for stuff, or just like really getting the creative gear turning. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
like again, I return that because meeting you and meeting other people that are creative, it re-inspires me again to like, okay, hey, now you have an intention. Now you have something that is going to cause you to create again. So like when we connect, we're gonna start creating again. You know what I'm saying? Like
Love it.
that's gonna get the gears turning. And then if you have anything on your publishing side that require any music that we can collaborate on, that's gonna get us creating again. Likewise on my end, that's gonna get us creating again. So it's about diving into that network and using that as inspiration. So we're definitely gonna create, my man. Trust me.
See my smile? I can't
Right?
stop smiling. I can't. I can't,
It's
man.
gonna
This is
happen, man.
when you talk about fun, this is like absolutely
That's what
where
it's
I'm at.
about. That's what it's
Yeah.
about. Like it's just maintaining that fun. So yeah. So once a week is gonna turn into 3 times a week. Is gonna turn into every day. You know what I'm saying? When we can find pockets that work. So yeah, we're gonna increase that creative uh
Awesome.
flow. So we'll make that happen. And then when you do create, what is your usual workflow? Like how do you get the ball rolling when you get to creating?
I often start with my guitar. You
Nice.
know, it's sort of like my baby's blanket, and
Yeah.
it's somehow soothing when I have it. I feel like a lot of the things that I make, maybe with the vocals or something, when I'm using lyrics,
Hmm.
I think that like I don't know, they sort of come from somewhere else,
Yeah.
and I don't question sometimes what I'm putting down or what the song, and it sort of takes its own little path. I just sort of like follow it. I hope if it's like
No, it makes sense.
if
It
it
makes sense.
feels good, it kind of does it on its own. And I I just love to find the right chords,
Yeah.
find the right progression. What is just like it doesn't have to be super complicated ever. It can be very simple and have powerful feelings to it.
Right. Right.
A lot of my songs in the recent like years, probably up to now, have been about my past. So I have
Hmm.
a couple albums that I've put out. One's called the Detox Sessions,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I really wrote kind of as a way to get out where I'm at,
Yeah.
inside, trying to feel better about my experiences. And I sort of like feel a little feel a little raw and exposed, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I was happy to put that out there.
That's good.
Um,
That's good.
yeah,
I feel like,
yeah,
music is therapy. You know what I'm saying? For us as creators and for people who listen, it's therapy. It's a form of therapy. So when we're able to use it to release things or when we're able to find rehabilitation within it, you know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
that is a big thing. And then the vulnerable space is not only creating it, but then sharing it with the world. You know what I'm saying? That's
That's
the
it.
vulnerable place. And so huge kudos to you for like sharing that space with the world because there are people who have familiarity or that can resonate with your story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And are able to shift with your story. So being able to share that is huge, man. It's really big. So
Thank you so much. Yeah,
major,
I think that's great too. I love it.
major. Well, that's awesome, man. And keep doing it because there's a lot of people out there um that are going through or have gone through what you've gone through, and they need your knowledge. You know what I'm saying, to be able to get out of whatever they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
There's celebrities today now talking about being sober, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think Jelly Roll is pretty popular. He's
Yep.
sober. He's been
Major.
sober a long time. John Mayer, he's sober.
Major.
Um, Anthony Hopkins, one of my favorite actors,
Yeah.
he's sober. He's been sober almost 50 years. And
Yeah.
it's like, I used to not understand that the people who are doing it the best are not messed up. I,
Yeah.
I feel like the ones that really are into it, it doesn't have anything to do with something adding to your creativity. It's all
Yeah.
found inside us.
Yeah. It's all personal. It's all within.
It's true.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you brought up sync. You said we just learned, or I just learned really about you. You just solidified your first publishing company. Congratulations again. That's major.
Thank you.
Um, have you landed any placements yet, or are you
I am
on the verge?
I am in the works. Hopefully, it's coming,
Okay.
and I'm in their catalog so
Nice.
that it's
Nice.
available for people to find.
Awesome.
And it's yeah,
How many songs did you get approved for the catalog?
I got 10 songs.
Sweet. Amazing.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
was psyched, and some of those songs like were old,
Hmm.
and I think I might have tried to pitch them before, and they didn't go nowhere. So I have a problem taking like I'll make a conclusion. Oh, I sent stuff and nobody did it. Nobody
Yeah.
bought it or nobody
Nobody
needed
did.
it.
Yeah.
They might not have even opened it,
Yeah.
you know? And I'll have some determination based on false evidence that, oh, those songs weren't valuable. But then I found this place and they were like, yeah, we like these songs. These are
Yeah.
great. And
Yeah.
I could have followed those same kind of songs that I was making without doubting myself, I guess,
Right. Right. Yeah. One
Yeah.
thing that I learned about the sync game, it's a long game. It's a long game, and then sometimes it's a hurry up and wait situation because sometimes they need something to get either be a placeholder or replace a placeholder for something that doesn't even come out until the end of the
I
year
got you.
or top of the year or something like that. So in my mind, and I'll share this with you too, if this helps in any kind of way. When you create for sync and you get that approval, move on to the next thing. Move on
I
to the
got
next
you.
thing because I did that too. When I first stepped into sync, I was like, okay, I'm gonna shop all these songs. They're gonna like them. I'm hoping they're gonna like them. And then once I start getting things approved, then I just didn't hear anything. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, like what's
Yes.
going on? Like, do I need to
Yeah.
change anything? Do I any feedback,
Yeah.
whatever, maybe? Like what's going on? But then I learned that it takes time for these things to roll out because it is also things that are being developed. So they need the music to help develop the scene or help develop the brand or whatever you're landing it for. Like, and it takes time. It takes time. So one thing that I learned, and I'll share with you too, is that
Yeah.
once you get it in and they're like, hey, yes, we like it, approved, move on to the next thing. Move on to the
Oh,
next
that's I'm gonna remember that for
thing.
sure.
Because you sit and wait, you're gonna be sitting here like, and sometimes stuff does turn around quickly. And I'll tell you that. Sometimes it is a quick turnaround. You'll hear, you'll submit it and you'll get the approval a week to a month or 2 months later. Sometimes it takes 6 months. Sometimes it's a year. Sometimes it takes time. One of my friends, he said one of his buddies who used to do sync stuff or still does, I guess, sync stuff all the time. Um, he wrote a song 11 years before he got a placement on Disney, and it changed his life forever.
Oh wow, I love that. That's a great
A song
story.
that he wrote 11 years ago.
Awesome.
He shopped. It landed on a placement. I think it was like a TV show or a movie or something like that. Changed his life forever. So
Oh,
one thing
I
about
love it.
sync is that anything that you create, you can find a home for it. You can definitely find a home for it. So yeah,
Good to
submit
hear.
them. Keep shopping to your publishing company. Like again, we'll work together. Like I have a network of sync houses and trailer houses, and my publishing company and everything like that. We can create music together and just put it out there and just keep creating, keep creating, keep creating because it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game in the sync world.
I can do what you're saying. I
Yeah,
can. Let's keep moving on. I made some stuff. I seem to get better the more I do it, right? So
that's it.
keep going.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So when it comes to creating, other than your guitar, because I know you said that's your, like you said, baby blanket, which is great.
Yeah.
Other than your guitar, what are some other things that you need to have around you atmospherically to like get into your creative space?
Um, I mean, I'm big with hand drums. I like hand drums to add some vibes to
Nice.
my music.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of times, the chords are very important to me
Mm,
about not just the guitar chords, but if it's on a keyboard, setting the scene with the chords, I find like the foundation of
yeah.
what
Yeah.
direction I might be going. I, uh, I just, I love to start to incorporate more instruments into my type of productions and
Nice. More like live
um,
instruments, or is that what you're
yes,
talking
more
about?
live instruments
Yeah.
and even if it's just a tambourine, it adds such a, change to a feel of something.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that. And that's one thing I want to do too is add more live instruments. That's why I'm grateful that I've met you because I do, I do more like electronic sounding process stuff
Yeah.
because I play the piano, so that's very helpful. Drums were my first instrument, so I
Oh,
understand how
shoot.
drums work. Um, but there's something about being able to layer like electronic processed sounds, virtual sounds
Yes.
with live instruments. I don't know what it does, but it just enhances it to a whole different level. And so, um, yeah, that's awesome. That's
No
awesome.
doubt.
Yeah. One thing for me, like something that I guess I don't really have to have, but when I'm like recording or like when I'm about to sing or rap or put something together for a song, I always take like a scoop of ice cream. I don't know why. It's a weird
Nice.
quirk of mine, but I was just like, all right, just scoop of ice cream and then get to it. I don't know what it does. I don't know if it gives me more energy or what it does, but a scoop of ice cream for me is just like, okay, I really like, let's get to it. I don't know, it just sparks my dopamine and
I
I'm
love
just like
that. I like
super
that.
excited about it. Yeah.
I'm probably into like chamomile tea. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
little thing that keeps me going. And
Yeah.
I like I, it works for you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do that and you're like good to go.
Right.
Maybe it's not the ice cream, maybe it's just the thought of it, right?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Like, and it's not an every time thing. Like, I don't have to have it, but for some reason, and I guess I haven't really done it here, so I know I definitely don't have to have it. But when I was in LA, just one scoop of ice cream before I got to a recording session was just like,
That's a great habit.
yeah, it was just super excited. And I was like, just a scoop. It doesn't need to be the whole thing. It's just a scoop. So it was pretty cool. Um, yeah. So now we're kind of going into, I guess, more a little bit of a deeper conversation, more so about um your mental space. Like, how has music, how do I want to ask this question? What does music do for you? Like, what does music do for you?
I think of all my senses, and since I was really small, that songs have just, I've been so drawn to songs the way they can make me feel so many different ways
Hmm.
with just a sounds.
Yeah.
I I gravitated just to music in general, and I've always wanted to play music with at all points I could. Um, um, I'm sorry, I forgot what I was.
No, no, you're good. You're good.
Um,
It does that, like, even if I were to ask that question to myself, what does music do for me? It helps me get to this space where I can just be. You know what I'm saying? Like it eliminates the outside world, especially when you're listening in headphones. Like it really eliminates the outside world and it just allows me to be in this space. And that's not even just like creating it. So I produce, I write, I mix, I master, especially on the listen backstage of just like a final mix, a final master, whatever it may be, putting the headphones on and just being in that space. Like
yes,
you almost like go to a different world.
totally.
You know what I'm saying? You literally go to a different world and it eliminates the world around you. And it just takes me to a space where I can feel like at peace. For as long as, whether it's a 2 minute, 3 minute song, for 2 to 3 minutes, if I'm in this space without distraction, I have this level of peace that just is, I can't find anywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Well said. Yes,
So I don't know if that's what you were getting to, but that's what it does for me. And that's kind of where it sounded like you were getting to too.
it is true. Yes, it
Yeah.
absolutely does transport us.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. It's incredible how music can do that. And like you said, makes you feel different things. So like a sadder song can really like tug on the heartstrings, you know what I'm saying? And for
Absolutely.
everyday listeners, when they listen to music and they're crying, like that song was meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so when it can
Ha-
really do that, it's awesome.
yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah, yeah. Another question for you. If you were able to talk to your younger self, like the younger version of Seymour, what would you tell him?
I would. That's a great question. I hope this answer isn't too long, but
No, talk to
there'd
me.
be a
You
lot
got
of
time.
things I would say. But I would tell myself to believe in myself
Mm,
because I have had talking about mental health. Not only did I have substance problems, but underlying all that,
yeah,
I had some beliefs that somehow I didn't believe in myself, and the results equaled that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I somehow felt I don't know, maybe because, my career after I went to music school and graduated kind of didn't go anywhere, and maybe my self-esteem was affected by that. But I
Mm,
would tell myself to like, no, all the things I need are inside me. If I
yeah,
could stop beating myself up,
yeah, yeah.
stop trying to live some kind of blues, hard blues life, because now I've lived the blues, now I can play the blues
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And that follow my dreams. I have a sentence that I really love, and it's the possibility of a dream coming true is what makes life interesting.
Wow, that's
You
heavy.
know,
Yeah.
it's from one of my favorite books, but it just, I lost my dream for so long
Mm,
that it's hard for me to, I don't want to feel guilty or bad about the time I didn't get going with my stuff,
yeah,
and that's in the past, and that, and and that I'm actually good. Like,
yeah.
see, you're good. I'm talking to you from older C. You need to understand and let the world let the world in and not be so like opposing
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like love or someone's kindness. I just would I followed the wrong path for too long.
Mm.
And another thing is, it's like, I would say, see, you might want to sing like Justin Bieber, but you don't. You sound like Seymour. You
Right,
sound like
right,
Seymour, and it's okay, man.
right,
It's
right.
okay. You want to play guitar like Eric Johnson or Joe Bonamassa, and that's okay to want to sound like that. But you
Yeah,
sound like you, and you have to be happy with that. You
yeah.
have
That's
to
good.
embrace
That's
the
good.
style, the sound, and everything else. Like when I like to rap. I grew up, I loved rap when I was younger, but
Yeah.
my rap style is very 1987.
I
And
got you. Yeah.
it's like, I wish I could be more of a current rapper. It's like, it's okay. Maybe you just rap for your own sound. You can listen to it yourself. You don't have to put it out. But
Got
like,
you.
it's okay. I have to love who I am. And I
Yeah.
had a lot of problems with that, I think, as a younger person,
Wow.
which probably led to me to thinking, you know, I probably wanted to escape this negativity that I seem to have adopted somewhere along the line. And
Yeah.
I have a thing now. If I'm talking about something negative, I say pineapple. It's like, oh, remember that guy? He took my money. Yeah, he owes me money. And
Right,
wow,
right,
maybe
right,
I just like, he didn't even do the service.
right.
Pineapple. Okay,
Pineapples.
pineapple. Pineapple.
Relax. Breathe.
That's right.
Relax. I like that, man. That's major encouragement. Major encouragement. I think of the reason why I asked the question, and I asked this question to a lot of people that I speak to, is because I do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like if I were able to go back and tell younger Dev, like what or say anything to younger Dev, what would I say? And my answer is, and I don't think I've ever said it on here. I've always said it in person, but my answer is keep going, keep chasing this dream, and stay passionate about it. Because
Mhm.
it's gonna translate. It's gonna change you. It's gonna change into something that you're really gonna be able to make a career on. Because initially it was just a fun hobby. I loved doing it. I didn't know why I loved doing it. I mean, I was surrounded by musicians, but I was always creating something, banging on the table, creating some kind of music, like humming, singing, whatever it may be. But I knew it was always a part of me. It was always something that was embedded in my identity. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah.
And then once it started to, when a lot of people that I was around started to fade away, and I still enjoyed it. I still loved it. It wasn't the people around me that made it happen. It was always within me, like you said. It's
So
in you.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? And so I love asking that question because I'm always interested in what people will say to their younger self with the life that they live now. You know what I'm saying? It's like knowing the future and then being able to go back to the past and say, like, hey, this is where we're
Totally.
going. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I I thought of something the other day and it was like 6 years ago I quit. It's
Yeah.
actually coming up in like a week. So it's exactly 6 years. Thank you, guy.
Come on, every time.
I
Every
really can't thank you enough, man.
time.
I, I, I would say to if I said to myself before I quit, like the day before, listen, I'm going to tell you, if you can stop using,
Yeah.
you are going to be able to write over 300 songs and it's going to come to you like nothing. I had probably
So,
written 3 songs in my life up to the age of 43. That's how like
wow.
I was sort of stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have said, hey, do you know you're going to write music? You're going to get signed to a publishing company. They're going to
Yeah.
put your music. Not only can you have your music on Spotify and stuff. I remember when I quit, I was like, man, he's got stuff on Spotify. How does that even work? I was
Right.
really out of touch with a lot of things. But
Yeah.
if I said to myself, and you're gonna stay off drugs and alcohol, you're gonna keep making music, you're gonna become a music producer.
Yeah.
And in my mind at that time, I would have been like, what? I'd have been like, you must be making things up right now.
Right. Right.
And that's how suspicious I was of positive
Mm,
things, you know?
yeah.
I was like on the wrong vibe. I
Yeah.
was thinking about, the wrong things. And so looking back like that is beautiful. And it's just an example of why I will never stop staying clean.
Yeah. That's it.
I
Like,
didn't talk about staying clean before the 6 years. Like I had stints of being now it's like that's how I live my life. I get
yeah.
up, I don't use, and for people that might not use, it's hard to maybe get how tricky it can be just to
Yeah.
stay off of the stuff, not
Hmm.
give in, be yourself, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Well, I mean,
grateful.
you're in living form of it, man. You're in living form of it. So being off for 6 years, being able to write 300 songs, being able to solidify your publishing deal is major, being able to solidify a position as head of guitar at a music trade school is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's true.
like
Thank you.
things are falling into place because one, you're believing in yourself. That's major. You found your passion again, which is major. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're doing it because it's fun. Like I look at like you haven't stopped smiling. You know what I'm saying? Since I met you, you haven't stopped smiling. Like,
You do this to me.
and I'm honored. I'm able, like I'm able to give the energy that I receive. So like your
Awesome.
smile is making me smile. Like I'm excited because you're excited. Like we are have that reciprocation of energy, and so I really enjoy like who you are. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoy
Thank
who you
you.
are because and who I've met. I mean, we've only known each other what 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
That's correct.
something like that. And so like I really enjoy who you are today. I don't know who you were in the past, and that who you are and who I've met is who I really really enjoy. And so I want you to keep that up because it's contagious. You know what I'm saying? It's
Nah,
contagious. Like
that
literally.
means the
Like
world to me.
yeah, it's contagious. So keep that up, man.
Awesome.
Keep that up.
Devin, I definitely will. Talk to me in 12 days, 12 weeks,
Yeah,
12 years. I will still be sober
that's
and
it.
like pursuing
That's
the
it.
music that has always been in my life
That's
with
it.
like just a passion.
That's it. That's it. I love that, man. I love that. Let's get a little bit more into the creative side again.
Yeah,
What do you record in?
I use Logic.
Logic. How long have you
Yeah.
used Logic?
I've been using Logic for about 4 years.
4 years. Okay. And you
Yes,
really that's the main thing that you record, you produce everything in?
it is. That's what I
That's
do
awesome.
use. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
I think
And
would you recommend another one to
no, like
use?
if it works for you, I tell people this all the time, like because I use Ableton and I use Pro Tools. I produce in Ableton. I do everything else in Pro Tools. I always say if you know your tools, stick with your tools. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it's gonna take a whole nother learning curve to try to learn something else, and it can, diminish like inspiration for creativity because you're doing more learning than creating. So I just wanted to know because I know a lot of people who use Logic and love Logic. A lot of
Yeah.
people who love Logic. So I just wanted to get an idea of what you create in. Um, and then what was I gonna ask? I just went blank completely in my brain. Um, wow, I don't know why I just went blank. Anyways,
Same
um,
thing happened.
when you create, when you write music, do you have you worked with other producers before when you write music, or is it more so just been you?
I've worked with a couple other producers that didn't really write any more material. They took actually recorded the stuff and they kind of put it all together, did
Oh, and then
some
just took that.
in the beginning, yeah, like about 4 years ago before I kind of knew what I was doing.
Got it.
And yeah, I worked with somebody in Montana and that was fun. And
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I was in Seattle. I recorded in my van. I couldn't record
oh,
in my apartment. I
yeah,
went out in my van. I recorded on the side of the road. I have to wait till the rain stops. I'd have to
right.
wait till the cars go by, and then I'd hit record.
Yeah.
And I brought all those recordings to someone like I hadn't really gotten into production so much, and they
Yeah.
put that all together. And I was really
Nice.
psyched how it came out. Yeah.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. The reason why I asked that, I wanted to know when you write music, is it better for you to write to music like the composition that's already created, or do you like writing music as excuse me, as the composition is being created? What's
I,
easier for you?
I really love both, to be
Both?
honest.
Okay.
If someone has a framework and they want to work within that, that's
Yeah.
super fun to me. I really love um, finding something that just has like an outline as well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like maybe some ideas and suggestions and see what that can be and come up with. That's sort of my new territory that I would love to be part of, like setting a mood, if
Yeah. Yeah.
setting the mood and how you would do it. It's fun to find. I always come back to the chords. It's like, oh,
It's
this
got
is
to
such a
start with
cool chord.
the
I don't know,
foundation. Yeah.
somehow it's like, so creating something with only like an outline, I find super fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, similar for me, like I do more of the production side. And so for me, like I really enjoy when everything is being created at once. So like as I'm producing, if a songwriter's in the room, they're producing, creating the lyrics as the song's coming together. Um,
Mm,
it's fun. It's fun to create to like tracks that are already made. It's fun to do that because you got to test like, okay, what is the track saying? What is the track? What is the emotion of the track? What is it telling me so that as I write it, it feels like it's all encompassing. It all works together. You know what I'm saying? But I
totally.
really love the process from the idea developing all the way to the finished product. I don't know why, but I just feel
I
like it
bet.
all comes together so smooth. You know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
imagine. I've never had the opportunity,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I can imagine it's gonna
yeah.
be fun.
Yeah. And that's usually how I create. So when we work together, like we'll definitely start from ideas and start from chords, like you said. So like if you come up with some chords, we can develop things together, make it all come together, and then we start writing the song and put it together that way. So we could definitely make that happen. So that's gonna be super.
So fun, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be super fun. Um, and then last question, just to kind of get an idea of who you are um as just a person. What is something fun, something positive, some lighthearted that the world doesn't know about Seymour, like that you would
For
love to
sure.
share?
I love birds. I am a
Okay.
bird fanatic.
Okay.
I have tons of hummingbird feeders.
Nice.
I love to see birds and identify them. And I have like a hummingbird feeder. I try to get them to come to my hand, like you
Yeah.
hold it and stuff like that. I
Have you
love to kind
succeeded?
of.
Have you got a
I have
hummingbird?
not. I
Oh,
have not.
okay.
But I keep trying and I sit out and sit still. I just like to be real peaceful. I notice birds all the time.
Yeah.
Since I come to the West Coast, I've seen bald eagles,
Nice.
golden eagles. I've
Wow.
seen just all kinds of birds. I don't know, something about the birds really
Yeah.
kind of zens me out. And when
That's
I
good.
when I feed them and I got a little bird bath for them and they like to
Yeah.
come and they're just like they bring me a lot of peace.
That's good, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, one of my buddies, that was actually in the first episode. My buddy, his little quirk or fun thing that he likes to do is watch Bug Wars
I saw
on
that. I
YouTube.
saw that. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, yo, that's incredible, man. That's
That's
so
super
cool.
cute.
Like, it's just like, yo, like, everybody has these weird things. Like, and I told him I didn't record it on the video, but one thing that I used to do, I don't do it too much anymore, but I used to get caught up in like those like rug cleaning videos
Okay.
on you, like literally just like sit for hours and watch this person clean a rug. I don't know why. I
It's
don't know what.
soothing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's soothing because it's getting clean. It's like refreshing. Like I don't know why, but that was a weird thing for me that I brought up.
That is funny.
It's funny to it's not funny, but it's interesting to understand who people are outside of the creative space and like what they like to do, like the little ins and outs of people. And so that's why I love asking that
Totally.
question because like birds is great. Birds is an incredible thing. Like, my daughter loves birds. My daughter loves birds. So like hummingbirds and she loves butterflies too.
Oh,
Butterflies.
yeah, for
So like
sure.
every time she sees a butterfly, she like lights up. And so like
Yeah.
it's interesting and it's fun to know that everybody has these little quirks. It's fun.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like the beautiful side of people when they're
It is.
able to be in the beautiful space
Yeah,
and
just be
like,
human. Just like,
yeah, no fear, no
that's it.
like negative things or
Yeah.
worries. It's like
Right.
life is beautiful. Let's be happy
That's
some
it.
level.
That's it. That's it. I appreciate you, Seymour, for your time, my man. Thank you so much for the talk. Thank you for being open and honest and transparent about who you are, not only as a person, but as a creative. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
it's amazing.
thanks for having me. And
Likewise.
I'm so grateful for you.
Yeah,
You
man.
are a bright spot, like I said, on a cloudy day and things that are, going on. And I'm really excited to be part of your musical, you know, things that you're doing and
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
actually make a new friend.
Yeah. Real
It
talk.
means the
Like we're
world to
locked
me.
in. Yeah, we're locked in for life, man. Like we're good people. So,
Awesome.
well, I'm looking forward to getting to the creative space. Before we get out of here, how can people follow you? Where can they find you on the social media platforms, man?
I'm on Instagram
Okay.
at it's the Guitar Man. It's all
Okay.
one word.
Got
It's
it.
the Guitar Man.
All
And
right.
then my name, Seymour Ceike Music on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Everybody go
Okay.
follow my man. Again, this is Devin O'Bannon with Black Irish Entertainment. I got my guy Seymour on here. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your transparency and thank you for your knowledge, man. It's major. It's major. Like
Thank you, Devin.
I feel like people are gonna really resonate with this one here. So, yeah, what's happening soon? Again, subscribe, like this video if you've learned anything about Seymour. If you know Seymour already, like this video and hit that notification bell for when I drop the next one. All right, we'll holler at you later.
Awesome,
Peace.
man. Take care.